When my brother, Ryan, announced his wedding, I was excited. I had been looking forward to celebrating his happiness for months. But the moment I arrived at the venue, his bride, Vanessa, made it clear I wasn't welcome. "Can you just leave?" she whispered, her eyes cold. I froze. "Excuse me." She waved her hand dismissively. "I just don't want any drama. Go home." I blinked, stunned. Ryan hadn't even said a word, caught somewhere between awkward and embarrassed. I left the venue quietly, trying to process what had just happened. But as I drove away, an idea started to form. I remembered something important. I had been handling all the wedding payments. I had coordinated the catering, the venue, and the photographer. Without me, none of it would be ready. I pulled over and called the venue manager first. "Cancel all payments for Ryan and Vanessa's wedding," I instructed calmly. Next, I contacted the florist, the band, and the photographer. Everything was either postponed or cancelled. The next morning, Ryan called me frantically. "Why did you do this? The wedding is tomorrow." I took a deep breath. "Vanessa told me to leave. You said nothing." I figured I'd give her the peace she wanted. There was silence on the line. Ryan's voice cracked. You can't do that." "I can," I replied. "I've been managing everything. You trusted me. You didn't think this through." By afternoon, the chaos reached the wedding venue. Vendors were confused, some refused to proceed without payment confirmation, and emails and calls flooded in. Vanessa was pale, furious, and shouting at Ryan. "This is your family's fault," she screamed. Ryan tried to explain, but the damage was done. I showed up at the venue later, calmly. The room fell silent. People whispered as I walked in. Vanessa glared at me. "You ruined everything." I looked her straight in the eye. "I only acted on your request." Ryan sank into a chair, realizing his bride's cruelty had consequences. Guests began leaving, sensing the tension, while vendors refused to continue without payment confirmation. Ryan finally turned to me, his voice desperate. "Please, fix this. Don't let it all fall apart." I shook my head. "It's too late. Actions have consequences. Maybe now you'll see how your behavior affects others." Vanessa's face was red, and she could no longer hide her embarrassment. By the evening, Ryan and Vanessa had no choice but to postpone the wedding. The guests murmured, shocked at the sudden cancellation. I stayed until the venue emptied, watching Ryan process the lesson. Later he called me, voice heavy with regret. "I should have defended you. I didn't. I let her be cruel. I'm sorry." I nodded quietly. "It's okay. But next time, think about whose happiness you're prioritizing." In the end, the cancelled wedding taught more than one lesson. Ryan learned to value family. Vanessa learned that cruelty has consequences. And I realized that sometimes, standing up, quietly but decisively, was the best gift you could give someone.